it was like Easter Monday, and we were like hiding eggs from my sister or something, and he was hiding them under the couch, and then my brother found him under the couch, not moving, and then they started doing CPR and everything. At that point, I went up to my room just because I didn't want to see everything happening. Then I just remember the next 3 days after that, I wasn't allowed in the hospital because I was too young to go into intensive care with him. So I spent the next 3 days like hopping from house to house, having like different friends to take care of me and everything. So like only seeing my parents sporadically because they were always down there.
I'll go to sporting events. Our family as a whole is not very athletic, so there's not much to be jealous of. But nah, it's always been good. I used to golf, which I wasn't very good at, but that was my thing. And Jamie always played football, and most recently he's been doing crew, which I wouldn't want to do anyway. So there's no jealousy at all. I'm fine with everything.
Well, growing up, we all went to the same Catholic school, which went from first grade to eighth grade. So, and it was a relatively small school, so it was well known throughout the entire school, especially my grade, which was only a year younger than his, exactly what was going on. And all my friends, very much like his classmates, just kind of like took him like, okay, and that's just how it works. It was a little different because when I went off to boarding school, it wasn't the same, like, my whole entire family hadn't been there. But even when like my friends met Kevin, like, and if I like told them about it, they same exact thing, just kind of like, oh wow, that's bad, but then that's about it, just how it is.
I got sick, like it was around his birthday, and afterwards I got an infection and had to go back into the hospital. So one day that time he spent his birthday in the hospital with me. I felt kind of bad about that, but I guess he's not really worried about it. He got Wendy's.
Exactly. We brought and then we came to a conference actually about a week after that. It became more focused, like I started to really like some of the people involved with this and to learn more about the scientific side and pay more attention to what's going on whenever he goes to the doctors. It hasn't really, it's never been a big drain on anything. It's just kind of there, and if anything crops up because of it, you just deal with it. And to people, it gives us an excuse to kind of come out here and hang around and learn some new stuff. I also do a good amount of it with some interest. Like a lot of the times I'll go with him to the hospital. It's usually just to get like a free lunch afterwards with my mom. But now, like whenever like they're trying to explain something, I'll try to pay a bit more attention to what exactly is going on. Really, the only thing I worry about in like my future relative to his is that I don't like go off and like disappear for 20 years into the Amazon rainforest doing something. Like whatever I do, I would like to be able like just like stay involved with both Barth syndrome and with Kevin and kind of everything like that. But other than that's really the only limitation of sorts. But I don't even want to spend 20 years in the rainforest, mainly because of it's cold. Well, it's too hot and wet.
I can't think of a time we ever fought. That's really weird.
The oldest brother takes the mean part.
Yeah, our older brother is the one we've always fought with. I can't remember. Like maybe when we were little, we probably had arguments, but like the past 5 years, I can't think of a time we ever argued.
Well, there's that one time. Apparently, there's like a videotape of when we're both like 2 or 3 or something, and he hit me and knocked me over, and I couldn't stand up yet or something. And my mom told him to give me a hug and say you're sorry, and he just hit me again and did that 3 more times after that.
I was pretty mean when I was little.
Yeah, you were.
You plan to finish college. After that, I plan to get a job, and hopefully I will have a family. I guess it's just the same thing Jamie said. You deal with what crops up. If anything happens, I mean, it could set me off 6 months, a year, whatever. I'll get there eventually.